Hey everyone, welcome to this video. This is a subject I've been wanting to cover for quite a while, and so I'm really excited to show it to you all. But before we get into that, our sponsor for this video today is Perel. Perel, keeping your hands clean for when you're handling that fruit. Okay, all right, now we're all sanitized. Let's get into our subject today. So, I'm sure everyone heard about this. I know everyone did actually, because we've been getting a lot of requests for us to do a video on this. Big concern out there is genetically modified fruit. And so we're going to be looking at raspberries and the new genetically modified raspberry that I know everyone's heard about already. So first off, just want to do a comparison between the two. So this, just a normal raspberry you might find out in your garden. So it has this beautiful red color. It has a lot of nice globules on the outside, full of tasty raspberry juice. In the middle, there's a nice open cavern where it used to be stuck to the raspberry bush, and a lot of nice hairs poking out. So that's just your typical run-of-the-mill raspberry. So now let's have a look at, hang on just a sec. Okay, this is the new genetically modified raspberry. Now, first thing you notice is the color, right? It's a very dark colored raspberry. It's almost like a midnight color. You'll also notice that the globules on this are a lot more inflated. As I'll explain a little bit later, with some of the genes they modified in the raspberry, it allowed the globules to be more inflated with better juice, and so that gives it a better flavor. Another thing you'll notice is it has almost no cavern right here in the middle, like that raspberry did. So not a big opening right there in the middle. And you'll also notice that there's not a lot of hair on the outside. So when I saw it, I thought, well, if the hair on this is more like maybe the 80s on this raspberry, the hair on the blackberry, it's more like a late 90s or early 2000s, if you know what I mean. Okay. Anyway, great. Well, okay. So I have a great uncle Crandridge, who's a doctor in town, and I gave him one of these new genetically modified raspberries to test, and the one thing he told me was that the genetically modified raspberry has the fewest ranocytes of any fruit he's ever inspected and tested in his laboratory, which I thought was just remarkable. It sounds like a good thing to me. That and the price of the raspberry compared to the genetically modified raspberry is very, very different per ounce. Okay, the raspberry came in at about 90 cents an ounce, whereas the genetically modified raspberry came in at about 30 cents an ounce. Okay, so that's a huge difference, a big impact on your pocketbook. And it's almost like the scientists who created this were like trying to help us beat inflation with a better raspberry. So I think it's a great thing for everybody. All right, let's see, let's get into some tests here. So first off, I'm gonna pull apart one of each of these just so we can kind of see what the effect is on the inside. All right, okay, we're just pulling apart a couple of these globules. Looking good. All right, let's just get a close-up there. Interesting, very interesting. You can see there's not a lot of juice in there. All right, now let's pull apart one of these genetically modified guys here. Ooh, it's a lot harder to pull apart. Okay, oh dear. Okay, yeah, that just does not come apart as easily. All right, okay, if I can get my my assistant over here, could you hand me the masher, please? Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna perform a mashing on each of these. All right, just to see how they juice. So here's the raspberry. Oh, oh, okay, yeah, wow, okay, and okay, all right, perfect. Now we're gonna put a genetically modified raspberry through there. Okay. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, did you guys see that? The genetically modified raspberry was way juicier. Okay, let me show you here with the spoon. Okay. If I try to scoop up the juice from the regular raspberry, I almost can't. But look how well I can scoop up this genetically modified juice right here. Incredible. All right. Okay. Well, as you can see, these are two really exciting berries, but the genetically modified one I think is a great thing to have on the market. So thanks so much for tuning in to watch this comparison video, and please let me know what you think in the comments.